It's a good video on Monday, yeah? It's a good one. Let's have a little chat. A lot of people seem to think that the video I posted on Monday was directed at people who cheese. It wasn't. A lot of people seem to think that in the video I call people who cheese morons and idiots. I did not. A lot of people seem to think that I want to take away loot from everyone. I don't. A lot of people seem to think that just because I didn't talk about something they thought was an issue, that I don't think it's an issue. That is not true. All that video was supposed to do is talk about a couple of things that I thought were issues in Destiny. Maybe not the most pressing of issues, sure, but still issues nonetheless. That's it. I feel like a lot of people misunderstood when I referenced idiots and morons so close to my topic on fixing cheese issues, as I've gotten many comments and death threats referencing that part of the video. I want to make it clear that I never said people who cheese fights are idiots and morons. What I said was that the people who would abuse my suggested fixes of having doors in Destiny, whether that would be people going AFK, people activating the boss before others are ready, people who lock other people out of those encounters, the people who troll, the people whose sole purpose is to make other people miserable, those are the morons and idiots. Can we at least all agree on that? That trolls and people who want to make other people miserable are jerks. I hope so. A lot more people than I was anticipating took very large offense to the laughed for 5 minutes comment in regards to the thread on Reddit that was in defense of cheesing, even though I mentioned nothing else about the thread except for a comment that I found particularly interesting. I like to think that a lot of people know that I'm a pretty dry and sarcastic person and that I'm pretty firmly anti-cheese, so I did not think that comment would come as much of a surprise. If you took offense to this comment, I apologize, because I did not think anyone would take that comment so personally, and going forward, please do not take anything I say personally. A good chunk of people appeared to get very distracted by the morons and idiots comment and the laughing at cheesing comments that they just thought the entire point of the video was to insult people, when that was the direct opposite. Even I know better than that. And obviously, it was not and is still not part of the video, nor was it the point of the video. The video was also not intended to berate people who cheese fights. The video did not say that if you cheese, you are bad at Destiny, or that I don't like you, or I think you are stupid. The video did not target people who cheese fights and did not aim to insult them. This video was meant to bring attention to the fact that it is possible to do those things, and I personally don't think they should be possible. I don't have a problem with people who cheese or exploit. I have a problem with the fact that it's possible to do it in the first place. Why am I so anti-cheese? Because I believe in doing things the right way, not the easy way. I like challenge. I believe that challenging content should be rewarded as such. It has nothing to do with being a hardcore player, a casual player, a good player, a bad player, nothing in between. Every day, I get tons of people telling me how they can never find groups that don't cheese any encounters. Those people are not getting to experience some of the best experiences that I've ever gotten to be a part of in first-person shooters and in video games in general. They are being robbed of this one-of-a-kind experience. I have people every day telling me that they don't know how to do Crota's End because all they've done is cheese the place because no one actually wants to do it the right way. I care so much for you, the players, because when a raid is not a broken mess, that you're going to have to do things the right way. And there are plenty of you who only know cheese methods or don't know how to do Crota's End or even Vault of Glass at all. Those exploits are going away sometime soon. You have my word. I don't even work for Bungie. I know it's going to happen soon. So now you have all these players who don't know how to actually do the fights trying to find groups. The raid has been fixed, let's just say, for example. And anyone who has tried to go and find a group on an LFG site, everyone has one horror story. All I ever see on Reddit are people complaining about LFG groups on these sites because they either have such high requirements, only want to cheese fights, or are unwilling to teach new players because those players just want to get it over with. The problem will only get worse because those players who never got to learn will be left in the dust because they don't know how to do those encounters in a legit manner. All I am trying to do is prepare you for this game's challenge. That's all. If you want to go cheese fights, go ahead. I don't care. All I want to do is to make sure that when you can no longer cheese and exploit, that you still have a way of getting things done. That is why I'm so anti-cheese, because when this mess is actually working as intended, it won't be able to be exploited. I just want all of you to be amazing at this game. I want all groups to go in with no problems, no wiping, flawless raider, everybody gets it. Everyone gets trophies, everyone gets achievements. At the same time, I am trying to come up with solutions to problems that I think exist in the game. Bungie probably doesn't want people earning rare currency or legendary weapons by having them stand still in places where they are completely untouchable. At the same time, just because something is in the game doesn't mean that Bungie endorses it. At least I'd hope not, and if they do, shame on them. I don't think that argument holds any merit, especially given how often Bungie actually communicates with us in a manner that is actually helpful and not some frou-frou weekly update telling us how many people have played Destiny or how many times this guy has revived people in strikes or whatever. They fixed Templar, they fixed Atheon, they're going to fix Crota's End. I know I am sarcastic and might come off as egotistical in the way that I say things. It is not intended, it's just how words happen to come out of my mouth. I mean well in everything that I say and I do, at least most of the time, and I realize that I need to get better at describing things more clearly and perhaps being a little less sarcastic. At the same time, I wouldn't mind if we toned down the death threats and the insults over a random guy's thoughts on a video game on the internet down by like 10%. That would be nice. Maybe 15 if we could push it. If you want to have a conversation, I'm down to talk. I'm always talking with people on Twitter and on Facebook. But if your comment starts with F you, then I'm not going to have a conversation with you. I hope this video will mend some hearts. I understand if you still want to hate me. I'm definitely not for everybody. But that is going to do it for me. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you at the next video. Getting slightly off topic, what do I think needs to be fixed in Crota's End? As if anyone cares. I think they need to tone down the blast of the lamps in the abyss in terms of how far they launch you, even though it's super fun to get launched super far in random directions. They need to swap the exotic chest at the beginning for the one after the gauntlet. They need to make it impossible to cross the bridge area with the sword without opening the bridge. They need to make it so gatekeepers actually matter in the crossing of the bridge encounter and make it impossible to trigger the ogre phase without having killed some gatekeepers, or at the very least having people on the other damn side of the bridge. They need to fix the double swords and the network manipulation of Crota, and I think they need to add loot to Deathsinger. Those are changes I hope will be coming and coming soon. A little communication would be nice.